Abbi, Chanté, I gotta give this up hands down. I like this better than the movie. So much more.
Wow, Michael, thank you.
And it's mostly because they really go into your stories. What was it about this show that you had to be a part of?
Well, for me, I've always been very passionate about telling stories about Black women, especially stories that we haven't heard before or stories of forgotten voices. And that's exactly what this project allowed me to do. I've seen the film and have loved the film just like everybody else, but I also knew that I was not, there wasn't women that looked like me in the film besides that one very iconic scene where we see the Black woman throw the ball to Gina Davis. So when I received the audition, I was kind of confused. But then once I read the script, I understood that they were doing something completely different. And we were diving a lot deeper into, you know, the stories of these women. And then after I got the role and started speaking with Will and Abbi, they both explained to me that my character is based off of three real women, Toni Stone, Mamie Johnson, and Connie Morgan. And they were the three women that played in the Negro Leagues. And so it meant a lot, and it's a great honor to be able to kind of play a character inspired by those three women, but also to shed light on their history and their journeys as well, and to hopefully push those to the forefront too.
Yeah, and I feel similarly. I think, you know, I love this film so much, but when we were starting to talk about embarking on this project, you know, I don't think the film needs to be remade, but the film, there's a lot of pieces missing from that story. And, you know, we really wanted to tell the story of this generation of women playing baseball and really focus on those stories that were overlooked in the film for whatever reason, whether it was like it was made in 1992 and they couldn't tell the type of stories that we can really lean into today. And so, yeah, that was just the most exciting part of like, okay, let's focus on like who wasn't featured really, the deeper stories in the film. And the more research we did, the more we uncovered about these real women. And yeah, I feel really honored to get to portray them. And yeah.
And Abbi with Carson, the character is she's breaking out. She wants to be a ball player, and it looked like such a good character to play. How did you develop her and to be able to get her correct the way the words wanted it?
Yeah. I mean, Carson is not based on like a specific character, but you know, the moment we're seeing her is this pivotal time in her life where she's like really running away from everything she's ever known to chase after her dream of playing baseball. And through that, really starts to know herself more and her queerness. And through that, find her confidence and kind of becomes this unlikely leader of the Peaches. And I think queerness is such a big part of Carson's journey, and a big part of her queer community ends up being Chanté's character, Max, in the beginning. And I think it's, I just like love those two arcs side by side of queerness and baseball, and sort of how really knowing yourself in any way can make the thing you're trying to do with your life so much richer and more specific and better. So like the more she knows herself and her sexuality, the better she is as a ball player, as a coach. She just has her voice more clearly. And that was a really big part of telling this story.
Yeah. And Chanté, I'm going to leave this final question to you. There is a scene that was very touching to me when you were throwing against the wall. Against we won't mention who. What type of feeling did you have in that type of scene? Because it's just so, to me, it's iconic to have
that. The first word that's kind of coming to mind is determination. Like Max is a very driven individual, and Max also understands that she has a purpose, and it's more than just something. Baseball is more than just something that she likes to do. It is her life, and she does not know who she is without that ball and that mitt. And so that moment where she's throwing at the wall, it kind of just represents her continuously pushing towards her dream, no matter how many no's she gets.
Yeah. Great job. Thank you so much.